welcome back, friends. So we're back on, what is this, Jack? Part 4 of our bridge build?
I'm not sure.
Part 4 or 5, something like that. We have been away. Mrs. W and I, of course, were in Illinois, and Jack was, you were a week at your summer camp.
Mm-hmm.
Your first time. How did that go?
Just fine.
All right, so that's kind of why we have all been away. That's why we haven't been working on the bridge. But today we're back on it. So we're going to be bolting everything down, our big timbers here, using these Simpson A24 brackets here. These are kind of a heavy gauge bracket with a 1/2-inch hole in it, and we'll be lagging everything together with these, what size are these, 4-inch?
4-inch and 1/2 inch.
4-inch by 1/2. So this should be really, really strong. These are really thick brackets. And so I thought we'd just jump into it. You ready to get started?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll show you. I've got one mounted here. We'll bring you up and show you that, and then we'll put Jack to work doing the rest of them. So here you can kind of see what it'll look like. I've got one of them installed. Actually, we've got them installed on both sides right there. That is how it's going to go on the center of the sleeper, and then the 4-inch legs will go into the timber itself.
Like that?
Okay, right. So now we know where we're going to drill. So we're going to pre-drill these to make it a lot easier for us to go in.
Mm-hmm.
Grab your cordless drill there. Now these are 1/2 inches, half inch at the shank.
Mm-hmm.
So that means we're going to pre-drill with a 5/16 as a pilot hole.
Okay.
So go ahead and drill the bottom and then the top. It's very important that that's not in the center.
No, I'm trying to get it all sorted. There.
And not crooked. Okay, let's go ahead and like that. Full speed.
Huh?
Full speed. Hold it against this one. All right, there you go.
I'm take it out.
Yep, clean out the hole. Hey, listen. The reason why I tell you to hold these with 2 hands, listen, look at me, every time is because you can get hurt.
Yes, sir.
You seem to have a hard time remembering that.
Yes, sir.
Don't engage the drill unless you have both hands on it. They're very powerful. Go ahead and clean that out more. Now with these legs, it's really important you put some soap on them.
Mm-hmm.
Put soap on them, make sure you cover that. They'll go in a lot easier than if you don't. And it'll be much less likely to split the wood out. Like that. Okay, go ahead and get that installed.
It's like basically like grease.
It's like grease, right? Watch for this thing, you'll see it dancing around.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as the lag comes tight, it'll go solid,
Okay.
and then you're done. So when you're working with a journeyman, you'd be watching him and thinking about everything he's doing and what's going to be need next. I should be able to put my hand up, and you should have that thing in my hand, whatever that may be that I'm going to need next. If you do that, you'll stand out from every other apprentice. There's almost no one's going to know how to do that or even think about it. If I were an apprentice, I'd have those screws all soaped up by now. Because now I'm waiting. There you go. Now you're cooking. I'd also have my earmuffs on so I wouldn't have to make him wait on me. Now I'd be thinking about where's he going to be next. I'd also have my journeyman would have a bracket in his hand so he didn't have to stop working. I might even go so far as to take the brackets and lay them all out ahead of time. Okay, Jack, so right here we got a problem. We can't use our impact gun. What's the solution?
That hand tool.
What is it called?
I don't remember the name.
It's called a ratchet.
Ratchet.
So I want you to go ahead and put that in there, and I'll continue on with the ones I can reach. So what was the best thing about camp?
Eating.
The food?
Yeah, you get pretty hungry at camp.
Good breakfast?
Yeah, I'd say so.
I don't know what it is about pancakes when you're camping that it just makes them better, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's like hot dogs at a baseball game. So unfortunately, we've ran out of power. I've only have one battery for my big Snappy Tom snap-on impact wrench. I wonder, do you think the little Makita has enough horsepower to run these things in? Unbelievable. Can you believe that little tool will do that?
Do what? Run it in?
That ran in that 1/2-inch bolt. I never thought that would happen. I think, this is just old school technology. I bought this like 15 years ago. They've just come a long way since then, haven't they? I don't see any screws with soap on them. I don't see an apprentice engaged here. Do you?
No. You know what I do see, though? I do see these.
Oh, is that wrong?
Well, I might have just pillaged those, so.
Okay, Jack, I want you to do the rest of them.
Okay.
I'll be your apprentice. Full speed.
You know what's so funny?
What's that?
Is you're trying to teach me how to be a good apprentice, and you're not being a very good apprentice yourself.
Well, I have to run the camera too. 'Cause I'm always thinking and trying to learn when I'm working. Can you lean back just a little bit? Just always be thinking, how can I do things that'll make my job easier, my life a little bit easier? One thing I realized is that it's smarter for us to drill the top hole than the bottom hole. Why is that?
Because then the dirt doesn't get in the bottom hole.
It doesn't fill up with chips, right? So if we drill the top hole, there's moisture in that. Now, when we drill the bottom hole, it's not gonna fill up. All right, go ahead and zip that in there. Now, when you're doing this is kind of tricky here because it's so tight. So what I'll do is I'll start a little bit high, and that way, when I start drilling, I'll drill down to where I want to be, and then when I get the drill in, now it's at the right height.
Okay.
If I would have started right on the mark, it would have been a little bit too low. So is that all your brackets in?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's put away all the tools that we're using to do this. We don't need them anymore. Take your drill bit out, put everything in the grip, and then we'll start bring over some of these, some of this decking. So we've got two piles here that are decking. So I've got some 4x6s right there, full dimension, and over here I've got 4x8s as well. The reason why we have a mix of the two is some of the trees weren't big enough to get a 4x8 out of, so we're going to just alternate between a 4x6 and a 4x8 for the decking. So these would be, I think I said this full dimension, these would be really, really strong. Need a hand with that, Buckaroo?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Go walk around. Okay. Let's take this one off here. Move it over. Pick it up. Okay, right here. See, these are 4x8s. Watch your toes. we got to put the 4x6s in between, and we don't have enough 4x8s for the whole thing. Just drop it right there in the dirt. Okay, go ahead and put yours down. Ooh, don't never drop without warning your partner.
Okay, sorry.
It sends a real hard shock into his hands. All right, push your end over there, give it a kick. So everything's starting to come together nice there. There's our big heavy decking. I like the look of that. That's going to be plenty strong. We've got the big 10x10s that the tractor tires are going to sit on. And those brackets worked out really good. Those are lagged in there with 4 inches. We've got some straps, similar brackets, but they're straight, that will go on the end. We'll have to dig those out there to tie that end in, so that won't move. But here you can see the north end. It's all secured, ready to go. Looks good. I think that was a pretty good way to do that, very secure. And it shouldn't move around. Now to put these put this decking on, we're going to be using some big 8-inch timber screws. Those should be here today, so we would continue on, but I don't have the screws. I ordered them off of Amazon, so hopefully they'll be here today. We can pick up tomorrow. Give a jump on it. How solid does it feel? Solid enough for a tractor?
Yes.
So here you can see the side where the decking, so we'll alternate that decking. You'll see the 4x8s and the 4x6s in there. Crisscross, we should have enough. I think we might even have a couple extra on there, and that will be just fine. Of course, we'll space these, we'll put a space between them, because if we don't, when they get wet and swell, they'll snap the screws and they'll all pull out. So we'll leave enough spacer there that they can expand and contract. And then we'll also flush cut all of these, maybe hang them over. It wouldn't be a bad idea to hang them over a little bit to get kind of so the water drips off there. I don't know if it makes that much difference, but that's it.
Look better.
Yeah, I think it will. Aesthetically, I think it will look better. So that's it. So we'll pick up tomorrow when we get the timber screws, and this will really tie everything in nice together. All right, Jack, it's getting hot. Let's go find something to do inside.
Okay.
Can't explain all the feelings that you're making me feel. My heart's in overdrive and you're behind the steering wheel.